Greetings everyone, it's time for a video. So, I hope everyone's doing alright. It's kind of an interesting time right now. I'm in the middle of a couple projects. Got one project I'm recording on, but recording a video of in the middle of that. But I got a package. I got a package in with some items I picked up from KC Tool. Had a tool of the day that kind of triggered this, and I'll cover that in a minute what that is. So I got a kind of a mini tool haul, you know, whatever, to show you what I picked up and overview on what's coming, because I'll probably bring back at least 2 of these items in another video. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get into it. Of course, KC Tools got their packaging. You got our wonderful Vera flyer. Not really much to talk about with this one. You know, they got jokers, other stuff. Anyway, it's usually same old stuff as it is. And then, of course, we got our wonderful bit of thanks, which is sadly not the Wiha stuff from last year. It's back to just number 2 Phillips bit. Let's see. I don't remember what this is. I think it's the Vera. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You get them. It's nice. It's great that they give it to you, but it's just typical for them. It's one of the things they do, so it's pretty cool. All right, first item on the list that we're going to pull out is this Gedore stainless steel rule. It's a 12-inch, 300 millimeters, or 30 centimeters, if you will, rule. So I picked up a Shenhua some time ago. In another video I mentioned, I think it was kind of a random tool haul. You can go back and look at that. I picked up a Shenhua rule. Well, let's see, I think I got it over here. But I picked it up because I didn't have a metric ruler here in the shop that I thought was pretty good. So I picked up this, but then I saw this Gedore ruler. Pretty inexpensive price. I think it's around like $9 or something. It's got, let's see, actually this is sealed up, so it's got inches and metric on it. And I picked it up because I said, well, you know, let me give it a shot. Now, I didn't expect it to be this skinny, I will say. And the part number, by the way, I think is 717-30. Steel rule, so forth. This is made in Germany, actually, not in Austria or one of their other plants. They have Gedore, like some of the other tool manufacturers have plants all over. They have an Austrian one, for example. Made in Germany. Has 0.5 millimeters here on this end. Let's see if you can see that. And then we have, of course, inches. Looks like, I think it's 30 seconds. There's a little stretch where it's even smaller. I guess that's 64ths. And then they switch to 16ths all along here. Kind of hard for me to tell if you're getting a good view of that or not, or if you're getting blasted by reflection. If you are, I apologize for that. Anyway, it's pretty skinny in terms of it being thin. Let's see if I can figure out real quick. It is a little under 3/4 of an inch, which would be probably, I think it's 19 millimeters. Not sure on that. Anyway, got a little hook, which is kind of interesting. It's blank on this side, which is a little unusual. I would have liked to have seen something on the other side, like the Shenhua, for example. They have inches on one side and then millimeters on the other, which is okay. In this case, though, they have nothing, which, you know, I kind of wish they had something. Villa has one very similar, except Villa has their logo on the back. I might pick one of those up in the future. Part of the reason why I got this, other than noticing it and it wasn't very expensive, was that I needed to, or I decided to, because of the tool of the day didn't hit the $50 free shipping limit. I said, well, let me pick up a couple of other things that I wanted. So I picked up this just partly to check it out. I think what I might do is, since I've got this and I've got the Shenhua, there's a couple other, I might pick up the Villa. And then there's another, there's a Starrett I have my eye on that I might go ahead and get. I haven't decided if I'm going to get the combination rule for my combination square, or if I want to get a longer one. I think I might get the combination rule, the combo, which has Imperial and metric on it. I think that's what I'll do. And probably what I'll do is when all that happens, I'll do kind of a comparison video about all these just to give you a rough idea of what they're like. So anyway, this will be coming back in the future is basically the message of that. All right, so that's that. Then I picked this thing up. Now it's a folding rule. This again is one of those things kind of where saw it. I think it's like 11 bucks. Pretty highly reviewed. This I can at least take out. Let's see. The Wiha part number is 61601. Folding rules kind of fell out of favor because of course, tape measures. But they're still used a bunch, and they have some advantages in some ways over tape measures. You know, they're very stiff in some regards. They're you don't have to worry about these things breaking. If you remember from my tape measure video where I talked about stereo tape measures, you don't have to worry about this thing, you know, extending it out and having it flop down like a tape measure will do. So from that regard, it's pretty good. This one is inches on one side. Those are 16ths, and then millimeters on the other side. So kind of an interesting item. Not expensive again. I think it was around like $12, maybe $13. Maybe 11, I'm not sure. I've seen many people still swear by these and say there are nice things you can do with them. So I figured I'd give it a shot. Now this is kind of one of those things where this one's kind of tiny. Like if you go to like say one of your big box stores like, I don't know, Lowe's, Home Depot, what have you, you'll see that they have folding measures. They have, I think it's Lufkin is one of the brands you can pick up that's well known. Still made in the USA, which is nice. This, I think, is made in Germany. Let me check. Hang on, what's about that? No, Switzerland. So, not China, which is good. And just because, not saying I hate Chinese or anything like that, that's not the point, but I like to support countries that treat their workers well, and most European countries they do that. And, yeah, also there's a quality thing as well. I think they produce high quality stuff. You might pay a few more bucks for it, but I think it's worth it in the long haul. Anyway, all editorializing aside, that's where this is made, and so forth. So there's things you can do with this. This one's kind of interesting because I like the visibility. It's yellow. It's meter long, which in this case, meter of course is slightly longer than a yard. You know, a yard for us is 36 inches and a meter is a little bit over 39, which is why this is where, on the Imperial side, this is where this stops. So you can do things like use it as a quick and dirty square, other stuff. And I'm not an expert with these. I did any measure, so I'm not someone to quote, but you know, it's very easy to go and use this to go and measure things, especially inside dimensions, which is a big plus. And it's, you know, part of it with this is, I will say that this measure, again, I was kind of got sidetracked with this. It's a little smaller than I expected. That said, I don't think it's a bad thing. It certainly is something that would fit in a pocket. I mean, this is my hand. If you want to do a quick measurement, it's looks like a little bit over, almost 5 inches long, and yeah, a little under an inch wide, and then almost 5/8 thick. So fold it up, which means it's quite compact. You can put this in your pocket and carry it around. Kind of interesting, I'd say. I'm going to probably dig around this some more and see, you know, different ways I can try to utilize it and whatnot, and we'll see what it is. And if I, you know, if I come back and I find that, hey, this thing's great, and here's some neat things you can do with it, I might make another video about it. So this might come back, don't know, but anyway, picked it up, and pretty cool, pretty happy I got it. Look forward to messing around with it. It's pretty inexpensive, but it's certainly worth picking one up just to see what it's like. And this one being small and kind of being a small investment, I think is worth it. All right, so for the last thing, this whole order was motivated by KC Tools Tool of the Day. I actually ordered this, quite frankly, a while back, but they had a shipping delay on it, and of course shipping delays now often can be longer, given, you know, the pandemic and other disruptions and so forth. So it took a while for it to get here, but it finally did. And I've waited for all this, but I've been waiting for a while, watching these. There's these are some Gedore locking pliers. This is a 10-inch size. The part number, I think, from Gedore is Gedore 13710. I think this is KC Tools part number GR6406700. So I have some locking pliers, and I have a long history about them, where I haven't really, up until recently, I actually could say I never really considered them to be that important. I know, you know, they're can be a handy tool, but I just never really had a use for them. There was just never really any instance where, hey, I have to have locking pliers to do something. But as I've started working more and more on my cars, doing maintenance, and more importantly, fixing things, I've run across situations where having a good pair of locking pliers is handy. Now, I've got some Irwin vice grips that I picked up some time ago, and you know, they're fine. They're okay. They've served me when I needed them, and I don't need them much, but when I have them, they're pretty handy to have. So I decided, though, if I could find deals, I might want to snag one of the German tool manufacturers, you know, one of their offerings. So KC Tool had the tool today. They had this, and I decided to pick them up. I've got my eye on a couple other pairs, not these. There's a couple of Stavilla ones that I think I'm going to pull in here pretty soon. And when I get all this in, I think I'm going to do a comparison. But I'm going to crack these out real quick and just see. One of the things I've been told is that, and I've read this and over the years, is that the Irwin vice grip, you know, vice grip used to be their own brand manufacturer, and then of course they got bought out, and then when they're bought, they change and they're not the same anymore. So I picked these up, and you know, there's the style is different. To take a quick look, these are called, so you know, they're called European style, which means they actually operate a little differently. I don't know about the fundamental differences yet, and I haven't really looked at these other than just to crack them out and take a look. But I will do, when I pick those others up, I'm going to do another video about them. But what I understand is some of the fundamental differences are when you start using what they call these European grip style grip pliers, you don't want to go back. So we'll see. I'm you know, these seem to be pretty solid, as I would expect. They're certainly smooth, and then of course they have this kind of rubber dip coating on the release lever. So anyway, I'm not going to go into this too much, but these definitely will come back. And I'm going to do kind of a, I guess, comparison. Not really, it's certainly not a review, but a comparison between, say, this and some Stavilla when I bring them in, and I'll do a comparison of those along with the vice grips I have, and I'll try to go into more detail about it. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Just a quick one, kind of saw I had some free time and said, well, let me just cover this real quick and throw a video up. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope everybody enjoys this, and please, if you want, like, dislike, subscribe, comment, and hope everyone was well, and thanks for watching.